DW's Name Game is a pretty brilliant episode of Arthur. This is actually the first segment in the 19th episode of the second season, and DW's talking to the Tibble twins. And she's come to the conclusion that she wants to call Arthur a name. She's trying to find a name that she can call him that can really get to him. And the majority of the episode focuses on a night when their parents are away and Catherine, Francine's sister, is babysitting. And while there, DW asks Catherine what's another word for a boring, I believe it was, and she introduces DW to the thesaurus. And what follows is DW spouting out a bunch of words that she's found in the thesaurus with Catherine's help to insult Arthur. Catherine doesn't know that, that's why she's doing it. But I love this because it's very blatantly teaching the viewer vocabulary, but doing it in a way that's fun and engaging. And there are definitely words in this that I wouldn't have known when I was the target audience. And I don't expect the viewer to retain all of these new words, if they are indeed new words to them, but it can certainly encourage them to learn new words. And if you watch the episode frequently, which, when Arthur was repeated and things, that would have been the case, it can definitely expand one's vocabulary and just encourage them to look at a thesaurus. It might even introduce some children to what a thesaurus is, and I love that. It does it in a way that kind of feels in your face, but also really entertaining, so not really. The words that DW calls Arthur, and also vice versa, are not that harsh, but they're certainly very creative. And I will say she does find that one name, but contrastingly, Arthur gives as good as she did, and he finds a name to call her that she cannot abide, and I felt it, because I feel the same way. I can't explain more than that, but without spoiling it, but I definitely think that it was a very clever thing to do. There's also a brief animation of a dinosaur, the Thesaurus, Dinosaurus, which is not the first time I've seen that done, but I thought it worked very well. There's also one really blatant line in this that I loved, and I think it was really essential to have this. And to quote directly, Arthur says, "Calling people names can be dangerous to their health." And I think that was really important to have that message in there at some point after they spend the best part of 10 minutes calling each other names, mostly DW doing the name calling. And I thought it was very effective, really enjoyable, great way to expand one's vocabulary or to introduce a young viewer to what a thesaurus is. Very well done with a really strong message at the end there. Definitely a really enjoyable episode.